to cover the house you want, the education.
If you apply a margin of error of 20%, it's still considered the greatest city in the world. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, comedian Jeff Altman, supermodel, and the world's most dangerous man. And now, a man who, as far as I'm concerned, is every bit as qualified to be Secretary of Defense as John Tower.
Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hi, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for showing up here tonight. I'm in a terrific mood for a couple of reasons. First of all, I think that as long as we've been doing this program, which goes way back into the early 60s, this may be like one of the top 90. No, this would... And the other reason I feel great tonight, I have discovered a way now to drive the employees at Lumber World nuts. I don't know in your area what they call it, but in my area, it's Lumber World. And you go in and you look at samples of lumber and plywood and stuff. You walk around the store there, and every few minutes you scream, "Damn, I got a splinter!" And they... nuts. Poor woman reduced to tears already in our studio audience. There she is, eager to be seen on camera, wanted in several states. Well, but anyway, the reason that I'm so excited about tonight's program is we have a great show, and I'll just mention it to them now. We have with us the entire population of a town in Iowa. It's... Well, now, wait a minute. Well, let me mention the town first. It may not be one of your favorites. Bolin, Iowa. That's right. Man picked up his belongings and walked. That's right. All 16 people who live there. Is it all 16? All 16 are here tonight. The entire, in fact, this is them there. That's the population. What other show offers you so much and balloons for the kids? Thank you very much. I was reading in the newspaper today in the sporting section, and apparently now, in order to stop slow play in the PGA, the Professional Golfers Association, golfers now will be penalized 2 strokes if they're playing slowly, and they'll be fined an additional, or fined $1,000 if they disregard the first warning. And this is all in an attempt to speed it up, but boy, I just hope it doesn't get so fast you can't follow the action. Because, you know, with golf being what it is. You know, I'm telling you, sometimes being in show business is very difficult. I'll give you an example of how difficult it is here lately. My mother has been calling me like every other day for the past 6 weeks, wanting me to put her in touch with Benny Hill. Why? And finally, boys and girls, according to the Sporting News over the past 4 seasons, I thought this was a very impressive statistic, or as we say in Indiana, statistic. That's right. Wade Boggs has batted over 800 with women in scoring position. So that's, to me, how can you go wrong there? Look at this show. This is a really nice show. Jeff Altman.
Dave, something has been bugging me. Maybe
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm great, but I'm bugged about something.
What's the matter, buddy?
Do you think that Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are as good friends as the press would like us to believe?
I don't even know who you're talking about now.
2 very young happening actors.
Happening actors.
Both named Corey.
Uh-huh.
Supposed to be best friends.
Right.
Who knows, though, really?
Well, then why are you trying to drive a wedge of suspicion between them?
I'm mean. I don't know. I don't like to see people get along in show business.
You're in blue this evening.
I'm feeling a little blue, yes.
What's the matter?
No, I'm dressed in blue, yes. I'm thrilled about Cindy Crawford's appearance on the show tonight.
Yeah, she's lovely. Hal.
Yeah, Dave.
This is our director, Hal Gurney. Hal, is everything all right at my house today?
Got the applause done.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, is the camera working?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, it looks all right to me. Thanks, Al. Decorator. My decorator has done some lovely things.
I didn't realize that was your taste,
Yeah.
but I
That's
love
very
what
nice.
you've done with the place.
We do this occasionally. We invite members of our studio audience at random to stand up and ask us any question they would like. If they have some kind of request, some kind of personal thing that we might accomplish for them here. We call it Who Asked For It? And oh, I see people lining up at the microphone already. Anybody have a question that they would like to do? Who is our first participant? Oh, hi, ma'am. We saw you a little earlier. How are you?
Fine,
You understand how this works, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a question or a request or anything, just now is the time, and we'll see if we can't accomplish that for you. What is your name, please?
Barbara,
Barbara, nice to see you. Where are you from?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? What do you do for a living?
I work in a bank.
Work in a bank and as a teller?
Uh-huh.
Do you ever get tempted to maybe pocket a 20 or two?
Oops, no.
Have you ever stolen money from the bank?
No.
Have you ever stolen anything?
No.
All right, Barbara, you said it was. What can we do for you tonight?
I was wondering why you don't do product endorsements.
Oh, this is a good question. There's no real mystery about it. I just feel that for me in particular, it perhaps wouldn't be appropriate. On the other hand, I can't say the same for all of our staff members. Right, Paul?
I feel like a king.
Thanks a lot, Paul. And by the way, didn't Imperial drop that campaign about 20 years ago?
Well, this may not be the most relevant joke we've ever done, but it is sort of a nostalgia kind of thing.
Who's next here on Who Asked For It tonight? Yes, sir.
Dave, I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
What is your name, please?
Todd Baldwin.
Todd, nice to have you here. Look at how well-groomed Todd is, Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah. What can I do for you, Todd?
First, your age, Dave.
I'm 41.
Marital status.
I'm single.
American citizen.
Yes, sir.
Any history of excessive drinking or womanizing?
No.
Perfect. I'm authorized by a high-ranking official in the executive branch of our federal government to ask you if you'd be interested in becoming Secretary of Defense.
God, I'm stunned. Now, let me think about it.
Fine.
Yeah. I'll have a couple of drinks and think it over. Well, I'm honored, Paul. Did you hear that? They want me Secretary of Defense.
thrill.
Oh, hi, we have a couple. How do you do, sir? What can I do for you?
Could you stand up, please?
I'm sorry, do what?
Could you stand up, please?
Could I just stand up?
Just stand up, please.
Highly unorthodox, but oh, the hell is being surrounded by young toughs.
It was the one in the middle.
Oh,
Positive.
Absolutely positive.
All right. I'll see you later, then.
okay, I hope this doesn't blow my shot at Secretary of Defense. Yeah, yes, ma'am. What can we do for you tonight? What is your name, please?
Jean Brenner.
Hi, Jean. Nice to see you. Where do you live?
I live in Manhattan.
Manhattan. It's a wonderful, exciting place to be, isn't it?
Yes.
What do you do for a living, Jean?
I'm a housewife.
Are you a housewife right here in Manhattan?
Yes, I am.
Do you have kids?
Yes, I have two kids.
And what are their names?
Larry and Teddy.
How old are Larry and Teddy?
They're 3 and 5.
3 and 5. And they go to school? I guess maybe Teddy.
Teddy goes to school.
Well, that's great. They must really be a handful.
They are.
Yeah. What does your husband do?
My husband, he works in a bank also.
Oh, gosh, that seems to be popular tonight, doesn't it? Well, what can we do for you tonight, Ms. Brennan?
Well, this place is really disorganized, and I don't know how you expect anyone to find anything around here.
What are you looking for?
Graham crackers.
Geez, the graham crackers, I think through the blue doors, they should be on the right in the first aisle.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry for your inconvenience.
That's okay.
Okay. interesting. Let's do the big show. Jeff Altman, Cindy Crawford, and the entire population of the city of Bowlin, Iowa. We'll be right back, folks. Population of the town of Bowlin, Iowa, they're here. They're all here. Don't you find this fascinating?
It's great. And what is the population again?
16.
16 people in that
That's
town.
right, and they're all here tonight.
What are they going to be doing? When
they're going to come out and visit with us and tell us about the wonders of living in Bowlin, Iowa.
Right.
I must say, it's a beautiful part of the country. Very, very black, dark, rich, fertile soil.
Is there any sand? That you know of in the state?
Oh, sure, down by the beach.
There are beaches.
Oh, yes. It's on.
I have a copy of the Iowa state song here. I think it may be the worst state song in history.
Now, Paul, don't. No.
It's a really silly.
No, don't start that.
It says, Iowa, Iowa, from that grand old land, traveling o'er the sand.
Well,
that's
not figured. Again, it's a figure of speech.
I see.
But it probably is some sand there. And look at this. In addition to that, here's a picture of Sid McGuinness, our guitar player, in the most recent issue of, what is this, Sid? Running News? New York Running News. Running News. There he is. He's competed in the last 2 New York City marathons. Sid, you find when you run, does the strap on your guitar do a lot of chafing?
Yeah, it hits me in the back.
Not a problem. Let's do our top 10 list before we bring out our first guest. Is that what's... From the home office in Oklahoma City, tonight's category, top 10 punchlines to Scottish dirty jokes. Top 10 punchlines to Scottish dirty jokes. Scots? Any Scots here? Okay. Number 10. It took me a fortnight to get out of the thistles. Number 9. I didn't know you could also get wool from them. And number 8. It's not a bagpipe, but don't stop playing. Number 7. Number 7, what made you think I was talking about golf? Number 6, I've heard of coming through the rye, but this is ridiculous. Number 5, of course she served millions. She's a McDonald. Number 4. Folks are being far too charitable. Number 4, oh, so you're Wade Boggs. Number 3, care to shake hands with the Loch Ness Monster? Number 2, who's burning Argyles? And the number 1 top 10 Scottish dirty joke punchline, she's in the distillery making Johnny Walker red. Well, there you go. Our first guest tonight, a very funny man and a very good friend of ours who stops by here regularly. On March 10th now, you can drive up to see him perform at Choices Comedy Club. Guess where that is?
It's up above L.A. somewhere.
That's right, Fremont, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the lovely and talented Jeff Altman.
Same act, Dave. It's the same act I've been doing since '56.
How you been?
Great.
What's going on? What's new?
Well,
do a little Johnny for us.
This is so, Paul is here tonight.
Yeah, Paul is here.
Okay. Anton is not here.
How are things?
Good. Things are, you know, all this, you're doing it in the monologue every night. I don't understand the confusion over John Tower.
What's the matter?
Well, I saw him last week, and this seems to me like an honest guy.
Yeah.
Look, buddy, I won't have wine. I won't have any beer cooler. But I didn't say nothing about the nookie.
Ah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I'll flip you like a cheese omelet.
I know you will. You have an announcement to make. You want to share that with the folks?
I do have a real announcement. I've been married 10 years in April, and April 11th, we're having our first child.
Congratulations. You know, my birthday is April 12th.
Well, I tried to work it out that way, but...
Yeah, because there could be valuable prizes if the kid comes in on the 12th.
Well, you know I like lots of prizes.
I know you do.
Yeah, it was really this is kind of a miracle. We've been trying for a long time, and we were We were actually told, no, we were told that we couldn't have children because my wife is 59 years old.
Yeah. She doesn't look a day over 50, though. She's a lovely woman.
In top physical condition of her life.
And where else are we? What else, huh?
Well, we're in this. We're taking this Lamaze class
Oh,
now.
sure. Do you enjoy that?
Yeah. Well, this is. My wife signed up for the Noah's Ark Lamaze. This is two of every living thing that can reproduce is in this room. It's just. And there's this one. We have all kinds of. The instructor is like this sort of Doug Henning kind of person from 19. She runs around going, it's magic. It's breathe, it's magic. And so one guy from New York one night stands up and he goes, hey, this isn't, we're not pulling a rabbit out of a hat, you lady. And there's this one woman, this big, huge, large, pregnant Hispanic woman who every time we do the breathing thinks she's having a child. And she, it is coming now. Here it's coming now. And it's just, and she usually just ends up having to go to the bathroom or something. It's.
Yeah. Have you thought about?
Harassed by the band. The band. These guys are working on it.
Have you?
That was a joke.
Has it been easy, never having been in this position, has it been easy to maintain an intimate relationship with your wife now that she's very close to having a child?
I don't know how many folks are sitting here tonight or out in television land that have been with their wife in the 8th and 9th month, but it is awful hard to have sex.
Really?
It is.
Do they discourage it? Do they say just lay off for a while?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I mean, I didn't.
That's exactly what they'd say. I mean, it's like being on top of a medicine ball. You're hot.
I don't know that we need to see the exactly.
And in the last month or so, you get the feeling someone down there is watching you. Get out. This is my house. Take a hike. Go away. So.
We're going to do a commercial?
Oh, great.
All right, we'll do a commercial, then we'll be back here with Jeff Altman. Welcome back to the program. Did you see the entire town of Bowlin, Iowa back there?
Yeah.
Nice people, solid Americans.
They had no idea who I was.
No, of course not.
I walked by one going, who the hell is that? The hell do you think he's doing here?
You ought to be used to that.
I'm getting it from both sides here, boys. The right one doesn't get me, the left one will.
Now, do you know if the baby, which is like 6 weeks away, no, closer.
6 weeks, exactly.
6 weeks away, do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
Well, we do. There's a process now called ultrasound, which they grease up the belly and then they put on this little thing, and you can actually see inside the stomach, and there's the baby sitting. The last part you can't see at all, but they noticed the absence of a certain important appendage, so we think it's a girl.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Although when I told him this a few weeks ago, you mentioned that you thought, don't have faith, it still could be my son.
That's right. So anyway, did you see the Tyson fight with Frank Bruno?
He was on the show right before the fight.
Frank Bruno was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, really nice guy.
Very funny to see a guy that big with a Cockney accent.
Yeah.
And after the fight, they asked him, he knocked down early in the fight, first round. They asked him if he was hurt. That's right. He looked at the guy and he said, I wasn't really hurt so much as I was shocked. I was actually shocked. So I'm going back to London now and have some rum balls.
Do you do Tyson at all? Do you do any of him?
No, actually I don't.
Yeah.
Do you know the amazing thing about
How many fighters do you do? You started out with Muhammad Ali.
Well, I started a little Ali. Do you know Tyson is only 15 years old?
No, he's not 15 years old. No.
Fantastic.
He's not. He's 22, which is, nearly as
I did Ali,
impressive.
and then, of course, I did Joe Frazier, which was...
Joe Frazier. Let's hear a little Joe Frazier.
Should we do it together?
I'm not doing it. You do it.
God, well, how about that, Howard? You know
yeah, that's right.
How about that?
Yeah. Hey, how about that, Howard?
I think the pupil has surpassed the teacher here. Yeah, didn't he come back one night? He was on the show.
Joe's been on our show a couple of times.
And he put his hand in a he asked you, what did he say?
He wanted something to put on his hair.
He said, "Do you have any grease?"
Yeah, that's right.
And then he said, "How about that at this particular time?"
Yeah. So are you worried being away from home now that your wife is this close to having?
Well, all we do is stay home now, and my wife, we sit and watch TV every night and just I rub and listen. You can feel the baby kicking and
It
stuff.
must be very exciting.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Are you scared about this?
I'm afraid of becoming a father because I'm afraid I'll just turn into my own dad. 2 years from now, I'll be running around the house trying to kick the kid with slippers, going, "Come here, you little bastard! I'll flip you like a cheese omelet, you son of a bitch! I ought to knock you down."
Best of luck to you. Your wife must just be deliriously happy.
She is very happy.
Now, tell me about this place, Fremont, California. Where is Fremont? Is that near San Francisco?
Right outside of Oakland.
Choices Comedy Club.
I'll be performing there with Frank Bruno.
Is it a nice place or a dump?
It's lovely.
Glad to see your career is going so good.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Jeff Altman, ladies and gentlemen. And no, she doesn't exactly look like that, but she's in the new Playboy, sort of doing that. But I don't think that's how you would say she looks.
Didn't even get her to do that when she comes out?
And tomorrow on the program, Terry Garr will be here, the Neville brothers. Excuse me, is there something wrong with tonight's show? You have an entire town on this show. And author-explorer Redmond O'Hanlon. Okay. All right, folks, now it's time for that interesting and entertaining look at my collection of Indian arrowheads. It's not just fun, it's infotainment. Paul, do you have a little music for Dave's Indian arrowheads?
Here we go.
I'll get them set up right there.
Dave's Indian arrowheads. 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 Dave's Indian arrowheads. Arrowheads. Arrowheads.
Okay,
that's it.
nice,
Let's
Paul.
see those arrowheads.
Box of Indian arrowheads. You know, this is an Indian arrowhead that I found in one of the parks near my home, and it's interesting because it appears to be made of styrofoam. You know, Paul, I have the feeling here that I don't know, I got that haunting anxiety again that I've forgotten to do something.
Well, Dave, I know that sometimes those nagging feelings are something that we've forgotten to do. Other times, there's some little chore or errand that we wish we could do.
Right. Oh, exactly. Now I know exactly what it is. Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Right.
Pardon me. Thanks, Paul, for pointing that out. You're a real pal. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, how you doing? Is it here? Huh? Let me see it. Oh, my gosh. Wow, that's a beauty. Yeah, okay, great. Here. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Well, I'm back. It's a beauty. Turned out nice, didn't it, Paul? I'm so proud of it.
Gorgeous. I think the prop department did a lovely job.
Thank you very much. And the kids from Iowa really enjoyed this.
Yes.
Hal, do we have time for Indian arrowheads?
Sorry, no.
Oh, okay. Well, perhaps another time. We'll do...
Finally, a perspective on how it really feels to do cocaine. From the inside.
From Indian Head.
Oh, anytime.
No. No, it was my mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's all right.
Missed rehearsal. I've been
We'd
busy
heard it once,
talking to
you
the
know.
police all day.
I see. Everything all right out there?
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Our next guest...
Are you pressing charges?
I'm starting a little camp, actually. A little youth hostel.
Yes.
Our next guest is a lovely and certainly a talented model who has appeared on more than 200 magazine covers around the world, and she has just now been named a spokesmodel for Revlon. Please welcome the lovely Cindy Crawford. Yikes. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. You're very, very young, aren't you? You're just a kid. appear to be.
23.
23 years old? Yeah, you look even younger. Congratulations on the big Revlon deal. Now, what does that mean? Free lipstick?
Yeah, and that and hopefully more freedom.
More freedom to do...
Anything I want.
Yeah. Tell me where you're from originally.
I'm from DeKalb, Illinois.
From DeKalb, Illinois. You know, we have folks here from Iowa.
I know, 16. I was in the town hall back there already.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm from Indiana.
Yeah.
One state west would be you.
Illinois, then.
And then one state west would be Iowa.
Midwest.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And did you have a regular childhood? Where did you go to school?
DeKalb High School.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Went on to college where?
Northwestern.
What did you study there?
I studied chemical engineering. Well, really, in the freshman year, you don't really...
Right.
I had gone on a scholarship with intentions of engineering.
Chemical engineering sounds fairly difficult. Was it tough?
Well, I mean, it was calculus and chemistry.
Yeah.
And
What did you want to be when you were studying chemical engineering?
I think anything but a chemical engineer. I got an academic scholarship, and for women to, it's easy to get a scholarship in engineering because they want women in that field.
Mm-hmm. But still in all, you have to have the goods to get the job done, right? I mean...
Yeah, no, I mean, that was sort of my thing that I was good at in school, was math. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so I figured I might as well go for a few years and just figure it out.
And then how did you start modeling? When did this happen?
I was modeling, I started modeling when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then just after school and summer job, and then sort of when I was in college, it was competing too much for my time, so I had to make a commitment to one or the other. And
Do chemical engineers tend to be really good looking? It's just a silly, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And then, so now, of course, you're doing it full time and making a huge sums of money, and that's great and so forth. And you did this Playboy thing. This is pretty exciting. It's a whole spread here with you in black and white, and it was done by Herb Ritts. You know, Herb Ritts actually took my picture a long time ago.
He did?
Yeah, he really did.
Was for the bride's cover?
No, it wasn't for the bride's cover. It was I forget what it was, but one of the, I think, TV Shopper. But I see here that you and Herb went to, by the way, did you get to meet her? You and Herb got to go, no, you probably didn't meet her. You and Herb got to go to Hawaii to shoot this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that exciting? Have you ever been to Hawaii before?
Yeah, I've been before, but I'd never been, we wanted to go where there's black sand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we went to Kona, which...
But you know, the pictures are in black and white, so really what difference would it have made?
I don't know. It really doesn't. Maybe we just wanted to go there.
Yeah, well, they're lovely pictures.
Thank you.
Do you enjoy traveling with your work?
Yeah, I do, actually. I mean, it's sometimes it's hectic, and you're sort of sick of in a suitcase all the time. But I mean, I've got to go so many places that I'm sure I never would have got to go.
For example, give us a couple of those places.
China, the Himalayas, and India.
All on modeling assignments?
Yes.
Now, when you go to one of these places like India or China, are you just followed by packs of people, just stunned by not only the fact that you're lovely, but by the fact that you're an American and tall?
Well, yeah. Some places we've been, you know, I mean, they haven't seen. I've been places where they don't see Caucasian people at all. But they sort of just think we're ridiculous. I was in Senegal, and I was doing a picture with like 6 Senegalese women behind me walking, and we had to keep walking the same, back and forth, back and forth. And they finally said, we don't want to do this anymore. This is ridiculous. They felt sorry for me because that's my job. They said, this is crazy that she has to do this for a living. So, you know, here they are. They had walked 2 days to sell a basket full of peanuts for like 5 cents. And they felt sorry for me.
But they were getting paid to do this, right?
Oh, I think they gave them,
So what do you want to do? You want to become an actress? Is that what a lot of models want to do?
That's what a lot of models want to do. And it's sort of the cliche model wants to be an actress. I had never really thought about it, but I must say that I'm starting to find it maybe something I might want to experience or try.
You know, I notice in some photos you have one of these, and you have one of these here. And in other photos you don't have one of those.
Right.
Is that a real one of those?
It's there.
It is there.
Yeah.
Now, has anybody ever? But how come they take it out in some photos?
Well, when I first started, you know, they weren't really sure if they sort of thought it was beautiful or not, and a little bit afraid. Now it's accepted, and everyone leaves it on. But sometimes they flip the thing, and it's on this side. I get letters say, "There's another model that looks just like you, and her mole's on the other side."
You ever see any photos of you with it maybe in the middle of your head? Wouldn't that be?
When I was in India.
Too much time with chemicals will cause that. But did anybody ever suggest to you, and I know that this is the kind of thing I would resent, suggest to you that, you know, get rid of it? Because they could, I guess, take that off.
Yeah, when I started, they sort of wanted me to. But the thing is I would have done, I wanted it when I was a kid. You know,
Sure,
you hate
sure,
anything that makes you different. No, I mean, as a kid, I hated it. My mom said, you can have a scar or a mole, and I just accepted it. But now it's funny because now it's like my trademark, even though it was, I don't, like, when I look at myself in the mirror, it's not the first thing I notice in the morning. To me, it's just part of my face.
If you want, later up in the office, I can take a look at it. Well, congratulations. You lead an exciting life, and you're certainly a lovely woman, and it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here.
You too.
This is Cindy Crawford, and we'll be right back with you. This is pretty exciting, don't you think?
Yes, it's
We're delighted to have everybody here. Our next guests woke up one morning a few years ago and found that they had been wiped off the map. Actually, removed from the map. Is that right?
That's right.
We're delighted to have the entire town of Bolin, Iowa, here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, please say hello to a lady who has lived in Bolin for 51 years, Ruth Hanson. Hi, Ruth. How are you? Nice to see you. And Ruth, the woman to your right, why don't you introduce her as well?
This is Agnes Damaris.
Agnes, nice to see you. And you've lived in Bolin. How long have you lived there?
52 years.
52 years. Now, there are a million questions about the town of Bolin. I don't even know where to begin. Has it always had a population of 16?
No, it had a population of maybe 75 to 100 years ago.
A boom town.
You're right.
And what happened? People just grew up and moved away, or what did they do?
Yes, it seemed that way.
And you're left with the 16 people now. Are these people going to stay in Bolin, or are they plans to go elsewhere?
No, I think they're planning to stay there.
Do you enjoy living in Bolin? I guess 51 years.
Right, that's right.
And what do people do who live there?
Well, we have two people that work in the school at Northwood, Iowa. That's 10 miles. And, of course, my husband and I are retired, but I still have an antique business. And Agnes Damaris, her husband has worked there on the railroad for all these years and passed away, and they had their home there, so she just stayed there, too.
Makes perfect sense.
Right.
Now, everybody knows everybody else, I guess.
Yes.
Is there anything nasty going on we'd like to hear about?
No, not that I know of.
Do you have, like, a town slut? and if so, when she comes out, point her out, will you? Now, do you ever get any new people coming to the town?
Oh, yes. We have one with us that has just been there about 5 months.
Now, how do you feel about new guys?
Well, how do I feel about it?
Yeah, are you a little suspicious at first?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. All right, we have, you know, I've actually been to Cresco, Iowa, which is not that far from Bolin.
No, just 50 miles.
Have you ever been to Cresco?
Yes, that's where my husband was from originally.
And earlier when I said that the soil in this part of Iowa is really, really very black and very rich, isn't it?
That's right.
It's an agricultural community where you guys live?
Right.
All right, let's see. Now, here we have dummied up a map. Let me see. We got Iowa here. This is Des Moines, and up here is Bolin.
Right.
Now, you had been taken off a map recently. Why did they take you guys off a map?
Well, imagine when there's 6 people on Main Street, why would they think they'd want to have a map or have us on the map?
Did you resent being knocked off the map?
Well, of course.
Yeah. Are you trying to get yourselves put back on them?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think this idea about casino gambling should help.
Yeah. It'd be.
And we have some photos here of Bolin. What is life like there? Is it fun? Does everybody get together all the time, or are you on each other's nerves, or?
Oh, I don't think we're on each other's nerves at all.
How has your winter been? Now, this is a great picture, and this is, I guess, the group of the folks that we're going to see here in a few minutes.
That's right.
And where was this taken?
Right in front of the store.
The store being?
It's a main business.
The main, so you could go in there and get whatever you need to get there.
Well, not anymore. It used to be a grocery and hardware store, feed, and that was it. But then when the blacktop roads and everything came in, and the supermarkets and malls, that took that kind of business away.
So that's
so longer. Now it is just a machinery and a farm store, really.
Yeah, okay. Let's bring out the rest of the folks. Okay, so you two, now I understand there's one citizen back there keeping an eye on the town.
Well, we have hired security.
You've hired security to take care of the town. So here then is the town of Bowling, Iowa. Hi. Nice to see you. What's you? Come on over here. Well, thank you very much, folks, for coming. Have you all, is this your first trip to New York, or has somebody been here before?
I've been here before.
Yeah, I've been here before. Everybody else, this is your first trip. Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Yeah. What is your name?
Daryl McCready.
Daryl, nice to see you. What do you do in Bowling?
I've rented out the farmland and worked for wages for the last 20 years.
Yeah. And have you had a chance to ride the subways here in New York?
No.
Yeah. How is the subway system in Bowling?
Well, it isn't the utter and mass confusion that the streets are here, but...
Do we have a mayor, a municipal officer at all here?
No.
No.
I guess not.
Would you like to have one? Do you think you need one?
Well, I don't know. We've gotten along without it for all these years. I guess we don't need one.
Does everybody seem to get along okay?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Hi, who are you?
I'm Joyce McCready.
Nice to meet you. And you're married to...
40 years.
40 years. Congratulations. Hi, who are you?
Lori Knight.
Lori, nice to see you. And what do you do there in Bowling?
I grew up there.
Uh-huh.
Now I am a teacher in Forest City High School.
And how far away is that?
About 35 miles.
Do you ever have any desires to move away?
Right now I'm in Forest City.
Uh-huh. Oh, so you don't really live in Bowling?
Not at this time.
So you're just here for the free trip? Let's string her up! And you, sir, are... Well, nice to see you. Are you the basketball player?
Yes.
Now, you originally weren't going to make the trip, is that right?
Well, I had thoughts, yeah.
And what happened?
Lori changed my mind.
No. But you play for the
Saints.
St. Ansgar Saints, and you're missing a game tonight?
Missing a game tonight, yes. The second round of the district tournament.
And what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
And how's the team doing this year?
Fair.
Yeah. Fair being?
7 and 12.
7 and 12.
Yeah.
I guess in Iowa, maybe that's fair. Well, it's a delight to have you folks all here. And do you know, are you the smallest town in the United States? There's got to be a town smaller than... you are the smallest town?
No.
We have a sister city, Fiscus, Iowa, and they have a population of about 7.
Fiscus, Iowa?
Yes.
Then where is that located?
Oh, by Audubon.
And do you get together and do things, or?
When we are in the process of having our centennial celebration, they had one 2 years prior to us.
Yeah.
So we contacted them on how to go about having our centennial.
Yeah, and how was your centennial celebration?
Excellent.
Yeah, what did you do?
One of the drawing cards was our standstill parade.
You had a standstill parade, meaning?
People parade around it, it's sat still.
Oh, so instead of the parade going down Main Street, it parked and you walked around it.
Because we don't have a bus.
Do you have town meetings ever?
Yeah.
You have town meetings?
We've had several to get ready for this.
Yeah, and do you ever have a couple of drinks and decide maybe to ride over to Fiscus and burn them out? It's a pleasure to meet all of you folks. Now, we have a little something for you, and we want you to take us up on this. It's dinner for 32. So everybody gets to take a friend, or a loved one, or a spouse, or maybe all three. At Beefsteak Charlie's. All the beer, wine, and sangria you can drink, all the salad you can eat, it's in the heart of New York's fabled theater district. There you go. Have a pleasant evening. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much.